everyone and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be exploring Class 7 Science, Chapter 11, Transportation System in Animals and Plants. First of all, we're going to be understanding what is transportation. So transportation, let's break down the title. First, transportation. Transportation is when someone gets nutrients. For example, let's take a big family. Now your dad gets some veggies from the market. So they how will they spread it out to your family? You transport it meaning you can give it to them, you can send it to them, really, right? So that can be transportation is also like transports on the road, how cars go from one place to another. Now that's transportation system. But in animals and plants, how will that differ? Now, plants make their own nutrients they make their own food. So their food has to spread all over the plant in order to get the right amount of energy. So the plant is like this. So first it starts from the roots and then it goes up and all across the plant. Now that is transportation system. Hope you got that, so let's begin now. Human circulatory system. Main parts: blood, blood vessels, and heart. The blood carries the waste material into the kidneys. So the waste material into the kidneys, which then filters the blood. Components of blood. Now this is quite important, so listen carefully. Components of the blood. First we have got blood plasma, red blood cells or RBCs, and white blood cells or WBCs, and blood platelets. Now this might seem like very big words, but let me break it down for you. The blood plasma is nothing but just the liquid substance in your blood. 55% of the blood is blood plasma. This helps in transportation of nutrients to the body. The blood plasma contains sugar, salt, water, proteins, and fats. Now, how does it help in the transportation? It's liquid, so it can flow. So that's how it helps. The red blood cells or RBCs, they're 40 to 45% in our blood, and they contain hemoglobin, which gives the red color. The oxygen binds itself with the hemoglobin and reaches all parts of the body. So the oxygen binds itself with the hemoglobin. So they come together and then the hemoglobin can flow with the blood and then they reach all the parts of the body. So that's how oxygen is transported. White blood cells. They are present in about 1%, but they are very important for our bodies. These cells help in fighting germs. Blood platelets. These cells help in blood clotting up and not flowing out of the body. When does that happen? When you get a cut. Now if your blood keeps flowing and keeps flowing, you will lose your blood, and that won't be good for your body because the body needs the blood. So our platelets help in clotting up the blood so that it does not flow too much. Just flows a little bit because obviously you got a cut, so it's obviously gonna flow, but then the platelets just cover it up and help the blood in clotting up. Now blood vessels. Blood passes on through these tube-like structures. So they're like tube-like structures, okay? Wait, there are two types. Let me make this a bit cleaner by rubbing out all the things so that you see it a bit better. Sorry, there. Now it's good. Veins. Veins is the first type of blood vessels. They carry blood from body parts to the heart. Okay, so they get the deoxygenated blood which contains CO2 and they carry it to the heart. Now they have thin. Now let's read arteries as well so we can compare them. These arteries carry blood from heart, from the heart, not to the from the body parts, but from the heart to other body parts. So that's one difference that we have got. This blood contains O2, which is oxygen. So our veins contain CO2 and our arteries contain O2. Walls are thick. We are talking about arteries again. Walls are thick because blood pressure is quite high. So you don't want your arteries to burst. So that's why they have got thick walls. Now in veins, they have got thin walls as the blood pressure is quite low. So they don't need thick walls. They have thin walls and the blood flows slowly. They are so veins are slightly wider than the arteries. Okay? What are the arteries are narrow so that the blood can flow easily through them. So the blood just passes in slim line. Now arteries don't have valves because blood always flows in the right direction in arteries. But in veins have valves so that the blood flow in the right direction. Pulse. The number of times blood is pumped into the heart beat per minute. Okay, so the number of times the blood is pumped into the artery, okay, into the artery is beat per minute. So break that down. How many times the blood is beaten? How many times can you hear it? And the normal pulse is about 70 to 80. Pulmonary artery. This is a special type of blood vessels that connects the heart to the lungs. Okay, the heart to the lungs. This artery carries deoxygenated blood, and this is quite a special blood vessels. Okay, these are artery. Now there are pulmonary veins. This is a special type of vein that connects the lungs to the heart. This vein carries oxygenated blood. So they carry opposite type of blood that they are meant to carry. Okay? Capillaries are small blood vessels. Now arteries divide themselves into capillaries so that they can go into smaller parts like tissues. Then the capillaries carry the deoxygenated blood which is used up by the tissues and deliver them to the veins which carry it back to the heart. The heart. The lower part of it is a tilted bit towards left. The heart is divided into 4 chambers, which prevents oxygen-rich blood to get mixed with the CO2-rich blood. Now the atria is the upper chamber of the heart with no oxygen. Lower chambers are called ventricles, which contain oxygen-rich blood. The atria and ventricles are divided by valves into 2 more chambers. Okay, the atria and the valves are like this, but then they've got valves like that, so they're basically 4. Okay, from the left ventricles begins the biggest artery of our body known as aorta. Okay, the right atrium begins the vena cava, which is the largest vein in the human body. So this is a diagram that I got from the book, and let's understand this a little bit. Vena cava is this vein. Vena cava is the largest vein, which is right there. Now we've got the right atrium, we've got the left atrium, then we've got the right ventricle, and then we've got the left ventricle. Now partition completely separating the 2 valves. Okay, so this is the valves, and they partition, meaning they open up, but they won't let the blood flow in the other direction. Now we have got the pulmonary artery, which is the special type of artery which connects the heart to the lungs. I don't know if I am right. Yeah, heart to the lungs. But the veins connect the lungs to the heart. It comes back from the lungs to the heart. Okay? Vena cava. lung. So there's the wings. Then we've got, this is the, actually I will show you another diagram. This is not by the book. This is from a channel known as eventherapy.in, and this is from the channel Science for Class 7, pretty sure. So I'm not copying, okay? Um, so have a look at this, and I will continue this in the second part of this chapter. Till then, take care and bye bye.